Sabina Ali, a notable individual whose journey through the realms of coaching, personal development, and entrepreneurship has been nothing short of inspiring. With a dedication to empowering others and experience garnered from diverse projects and transformative travel experiences, Sabina brings a fresh perspective to the realm of leadership and personal growth. As a certified life coach through Chopra by Deepak Chopra and a seasoned professional in various ventures, Sabina's insights are rooted not only in theoretical knowledge but also in real world application, making her a valuable resource for those seeking to navigate the complexities of personal and professional development. Throughout her career, Sabina has embraced challenges and opportunities for growth, constantly evolving and refining her approach to leadership and mentorship. Her journey is characterized by a commitment to authenticity, resilience, and a deep understanding of the human experience. Today, we have the privilege of getting to know more about her, gaining insights into her transformative moments, the wisdom she has gleaned along the way, and the advice she offers for those embarking on their own paths of self discovery and leadership. Hello, Sabina. Welcome to Talking with Sprout. How are you?
Hi, Shakil. Thank you. Thank you for the invitation. I'm fine, thanks. And myself?
I'm good too. Sabina, I would like to start this interview with a little bit more about yourself and the experiences that shaped the way that you think and the way that you led your life.
Um, well, I believe a lot in being a continuous student, learning always. We are here learning through our experiences and through everything that's out there in the world. And I believe in embracing the opportunities to learn and looking at all the challenges either on personal lives or professional life as a learning opportunity.
Okay. And you mentioned about being a student and constantly learning. What is something that brings you to have that way of being? Because a lot of people, I feel, have a challenge in always constantly being a learner because how life is so, mixed with trials and tribulations. There is, a way of thinking, a mindset that you need to, have, that you need to learn in order for you to be able to constantly move forward and adapt.
Um, um, I believe that you need to have a growth mindset, um, like focusing on self development and improvement, and also by setting um, realistic goals for your life, and looking at all adversities as opportunities, like being resilient and having perseverance to step forward and go through the challenges and learn from them.
And from these challenges and these experiences that you have that you've gone through, what are some of the projects that you could share with the audience that might not know you? um, we have an international audience, but mostly we are focused in Mozambique, where you are currently. So, what are some examples of businesses that you came across which you learned a lot from?
Like I can say that each project that I've encountered on my journey, my professional journey, they have brought me unique challenges and learning opportunities, and they've expanded my skills. They've expanded my knowledge, my perspective, and that brought me a very important tool, driving tool for my professional journey, which is the leading uh, effectively, leading with effective leadership. I think that's a very important tool that we gain through experience. and that's what brings success to my projects, and also with my relationship with my clients and my teams. The examples that I can give you are all around adaptability and flexibility. Like, for instance, I started working when I started my own company, I had this mindset of working with big companies because I came from a multinational company that I used to work for. So mindset. So just for you to have an idea, I worked for 1.5 years. My company only had one client, and then I had to decide between closing the company and accepting a job offer, which was a very good one, or persisting and trying. And I decided to persist, but I had to change. I had to change my segment. Instead of wanting big companies, I changed to work with startups, with small micro companies, and my that was the beginning of my success, just by changing that mindset. And I believe that growth mindset starts from there. And it's not like people say growth mindset is wanting to work with big companies. No, growth mindset is creating a plan, achievable goal that will allow you to grow step by step.
Mhm. Um, from reading your profile a bit, I noticed that you have traveled quite a bit.
Mm.
And this is a bit of a pivot, but it comes back to what we're talking about.
Mhm.
Why do you feel like you had to invest, not only travel like everyone does around the world, but or takes the time to do so, but why do you go out of your way to invest in experiences for personal but also professional growth? And that's why I wanted to mention this, because it goes back to what you're saying now about creating these goals, about creating a strategy. These other experiences that you have in travel and everything impact the way you think. So I think it's important we should bring that up here in the conversation.
Um, like, I believe that traveling is enriching. It can be personal, it can be professional. It's one of the best investments that a person can do for themselves. So as I began my self-development journey, um, as I mentioned earlier, the continuous learning and that curiosity took me to explore the world out there for a better understanding of the world. And um, and and the growth mindset leads to that, to invest in learning, yes, but also going out there. The world is so big and there's so much to offer, and if we don't step out of our comfort zone, we're never going to know. So that's how, for me, it began with curiosity. I decided to invest once, and that's opened doors and expanded my doors in the world.
Hmm. Nice, beautiful. And now you are a coach, certified coach. So you have your company, and I believe the certification of being a coach is part of now your business. So, like you were mentioning before, it's probably another pillar that you have in your business, which you can offer. Talk a little bit about that, the motivation behind that, and maybe then we can move on to the actual certification with the Chopra Institution.
Okay. So basically, in my professional journey, I met my relationship with a few clients. Um, I realized that before doing the Chopra coaching, I already did one very basic coaching program, and when I did that program, I realized that in my field, I believe that in any business field, you end up coaching with your service. And that brought me this it clicked, actually. It clicked with me. And as once again, on my healing journey, my self development journey, as I started going more deeply around learning about my purpose, and it has always been connecting to unlock, to helping people to unlock their full potential. So like last year, I came across the Chopra program, coaching program, and it resonated with me completely because it has a holistic approach, which aligns with my belief of the connection between the mind, body, and soul. So yeah, that's what led me to do the course, and I'm really grateful for that.
And how was that experience? Can you share a little bit about it? Because I mean, everybody, I mean, not everybody, but majority of the people know Deepak Chopra.
Yeah.
He's written so many books. He's a world-renowned guru. He has, he's on social media. He's very open about his teachings. So I'm sure a lot of people know about him. But how was it to actually be in such a profound experience?
Yes, first of all, I totally agree with what you have just mentioned. He's an amazing soul, and he's really, I believe that he's here to transform the world into a better place. And I'm really grateful for learning from him. And it was the course itself, the program itself was very transformative, was very enriching. Um, it's just learning, just doing the course has been um, a very transformational for me, personal transformation and professionally as well. And I like for instance, I meditate. I practice meditation, and one of the techniques that I learned a lot during the program is actually about around meditation and mindfulness, right? So I believe that this program um, enriched a lot my life and my coaching approach.
Mhm. You mentioned meditation
Mm.
and mindfulness. When you say, well, meditation, I think a lot of people understand the concept of it. I don't believe the world practices it enough. Even myself, I do practice it, but I wish I had um, uh, not more resilience to it, but more adaptability
Yeah.
to being able to understand the complexity of meditation. Because meditation is not only closing your eyes, there are various forms of meditation, right? So I was having a conversation actually with a co-founder of Sprout, who is represents Fatima, not Rumina, but Fatima, who represents the body, mind, and soul, and she's a cosmic healer. And so I find this very interesting. I think it's something that needs to be spoken about more. So if you have any insights on what mindfulness is and the types of meditations that you practice, even for the to impact your professional life, um, I know it's all mixed together, personal and professional, but what could you share in regards to that?
Um, well, regarding mindfulness, what I can say about mindfulness is everything in life requires consistency, requires the investment of our time, right? So daily mindfulness practices such as practicing gratitude, affirmations, setting clear goals and intentions. Um, I believe that it's very important to have consistency on these mindful practices, including journaling and meditation. So for me, meditation and journaling are the key for success in your personal life and in your professional life. But everything also requires patience, just like going to the gym. If you want to grow a muscle, you have to go for more than 3 months, be consistent, and it can take 3, 6, 9 months for you to start seeing results. So it's the same with mindful practices. You have to create set goals, achievable goals, and be consistent to see results of these practices. And regarding meditations, as you said, there's many forms that, well, I believe that once you manage to achieve the meditative state for the first time and you feel it, you recognize it, then you can meditate while driving, you can meditate while cooking, you just pause, breathe in, breathe out 3 times, and that's meditation. If you pause, if you silence your mind just for these 3 seconds, that's meditation. And it requires this. You have to explore, you have to be curious, and really have to be consistent to be able to find what resonates more with you. Because there's the breathing, there's yoga, there's mantra meditation. There's like I'm Muslim. Like when I pray, I pray on a meditative state, and there's lots of ways to meditate.
Um, I think now mindfulness, meditation, spirituality, this is becoming more common now in people's ways of being.
Okay.
I noticed that already a lot, even with myself, because I wasn't like that before.
Okay.
But what uh, what recommendations or what advice could you give someone like me who would like to maybe one day become a certified coach? What are the necessary, steps that I need to take? What mindset do I need to have or foster to be able to do it? Of course, you need to first be interested and passionate about it, but then maybe sometimes you don't know the right steps to take in order for you to get there.
Yeah. The first step is find your purpose. And once you find your purpose, you have a better understanding if coaching is for you, right? Is aligned with your values, and there's a lot of offers out there. So what I recommend is to explore and to find the program that aligns with your values, with your learning style. I think that's important.
Mhm, mhm. Um, so going back now a little bit to the books, because I think I mentioned it in the interview already about the books, but if I'm mistaken, I know that you read a lot. So even I'm an avid reader, so I'd want you to explain a little bit about the impact reading has, and if you have any book recommendations you think everybody from all walks of life should read once in their life at least.
Uh, about reading this, one of my teachers once told me that if you cannot travel out of your country, read a book. So each book we read, it's a journey, right? And it always brings a lot back. So yes, I recommend everyone to read whenever possible. Um, uh, my very first book that impacted my awakening, my personal growth journey, self-development journey was the book Four Agreements by Miguel Ruiz. Um, yeah, it answers the Four Agreements are very powerful for me. I use it every day. Like whenever I have a challenge, a situation, or something, I go to the agreements and see which one to apply at that moment. It's amazing. And the Four Agreements are be impeccable with your words, the truth, right? Integrity. There's one thing in the book. It says like this: if you are authentic, if you always speak the truth, you have less stress because you don't have to remember what you said. If you don't tell the truth, you have to always remember, so you have a lot in your mind, right? So be impeccable with your words. Don't take things personally. Uh, don't make assumptions, and always do your best. So these are the four uh, agreements that I live by, actually, my principles.
And a book that was transformative in your life in terms of leadership, that a business person should read, that will encapsulate a good understanding of leadership.
Um, the Saint, the Surfer, and the CEO by Robin Sharma.
Mhm.
Yeah, this book taught me to lead with compassion and integrity. It speaks about the spiritual teachings, and then the practical advice on personal growth and success.
Mhm. Mhm. I would love to speak more about books, but of course, this is not a book club. But it's beautiful. I'm reading one now on storytelling, the science of storytelling, and how important it is to know how to tell stories, because humans have a way of are interested, or their brains function in a way that you can only tell a story a certain way to make it interesting for them. So yeah, I find books fascinating.
Wow.
It is a journey. It is a journey.
At the moment,
Um,
since this book is
yeah,
to me, at the moment I started this one, Start With Why by Simon Sinek. It's been amazing.
Cynic.
Yes.
Yeah, I read it already. It's amazing. It's amazing.
Okay.
Yeah. It brings biggest question is, it's the what, how, and why, but the why is the most important.
Yes.
It's what starts, then it takes you to then the how, and then the what. But it starts with the why. It's your purpose, it's your mission, it's everything.
Everything starts
Yeah.
with why. Yes.
It's very aligned to what we're talking about today, actually, about growth and stuff. It's
Mm,
very important for people to know why they're doing it,
exactly.
and then from there, you know. But what are some important qualities or traits you think a leader should have? I know you mentioned integrity. I know you mentioned empathy. But what else could highlight that you think are very important?
Yes, integrity for sure on top of everything. Empathy, yes. I would say communication skills, adaptability, the flexibility that we spoke about in the beginning. And I think as a leader, one of the most important, right below integrity, would be the ability to inspire and empower others. I think that's
Hmm.
important. Wait,
Hmm.
example.
Yeah, lead by example. Yeah. Um, yeah, I'm trying to think if there's any more that could mention, because leadership is such a broad,
Mm-hmm. I
it's
believe
so,
trust
yeah.
is very important.
Yes, trust. Yes.
Yes.
Um, being able to collaborate,
Mm-hmm.
being inclusive.
Mm-hmm.
An inclusive leader is so important.
Yes,
I
certainly.
think knowing how to give opportunities to people equally, and not
Mm.
um, because of their gender or their race, ethnicity. It's so important. I mean, being in a company that still has those issues is it's a red flag. It's a very big red flag. So
And,
I think that's very important.
and also,
Um,
I think that
yeah.
being reliable, like in all interactions, is very important as a leader as well.
Yeah. Um, so in regards to this, I mean, businesses, there's partnerships, and when we want to keep growing and expanding, but what makes a successful partnership? We just touched a bit about these traits, about being a leader and everything which we need to embody in everything that we do, but a little bit deeper, how do we maintain, create, foster, develop, enhance relationships
Mhm.
in a way that's effective?
Uh, one important key is listening, the ability to listen. The active listening is very important. Also, the trust. I know that we mentioned before, but it's very important. It goes back to integrity again. um, open communication. I mentioned what else? Also shared goals, shared commitment and goals. Transparency is very important. And yes, creating a relationship, harmonious and understanding relationship is very important.
Mhm.
We all humans, right? And relationships is about adapting. It can be any relationship, personal, professional, and having this mindset of adaptability is very important, and understanding and listening to the other person. So
Mhm.
I believe that these traits work for clients, work for partners, work for the team, the whole team.
Mhm.
Yes.
Mhm. What's a lesson that you learned in your life, much later in life, that you think, had you learned it earlier, would have been very impactful?
It's definitely work-life balance. Because yes, when we start our career, we have that drive, and it's our ego driving, right? And we want to
Hmm.
get there, and have salaries increase. This is the mindset that we leave schools and universities with, right? But yes, one of the different is this work-life balance. I believe that physical, mental, and emotional well-being are being in balance is very important.
Hmm.
Um, it's 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 uh, it's a guarantee for long-term success and fulfillment for sure.
Hmm. Going a bit back in regards to the what we were speaking about identity and ethnicity and gender, you as a woman, Sprouts very aligned with gender as one of its pillars. um, how has that been impactful? Not only your gender, but your identity as a woman, as an Asian African woman. How has that been in your professional career and also personally, if you want to share?
Um, what I can say is that um, I work in the IT field and now the coaching
Hmm.
field. Uh, and uh, in my journey, in my experience, I can say that I encountered more opportunities. I've experienced more opportunities than challenges. I I believe that it's because we are in Mozambique, being an underdeveloped country. Um, there's a lot of opportunities, there's rooms for everyone. And I'm really grateful and truly grateful because um, in my professional journey, I've encountered a lot of opportunities, and I did not um, face any challenges around my identity.
Yes, that's great to hear. And I mean, more and more now, I think everybody feels that things have been different. Even me, in terms of working with women and everything, I feel that there are equally the same amount of opportunities on both sides. Um, but I do feel that there's this, this just generational gap mindset that still impacts a lot of organizations, institutions, companies, societies um, at large. So, yeah, that's why I wanted to ask you that, because I noticed this trend about us talking about equality, equity, advancement of women, inclusivity of LGBTQ, of different races, but there's still the stigma that nobody really talks about. And especially in underdeveloped countries like Mozambique, which I don't want to go too much into, but there's a lot of barriers
Yes.
for openness, for being authentically, yourself. So yeah, I don't know if you have anything to say about that,
Yes.
and just in general what you've seen.
Yes. No, I do. I do agree with you. Like there is a gap for sure. Um, like what I shared is my personal experience, and I feel blessed, and I am grateful for it. But there is, yes, there is a gap, perhaps in other fields, working fields, like in the IT field. I didn't find it for myself, but there probably is as well. I'm part of the women in tech, so like I've been for the past 6 years, and I've been seeing the how it's evolving. Like the gap is getting shorter, but I believe there's a lot of lot of work still to be done around the the change of mindset and bringing gender equality. There is still a gap for sure.
What is one mantra or advice that you live by that's been reoccurrent constantly in your life? I think it's going to be something simple for you. You're going to say something simple, but I'll let you answer.
Embrace your journey.
Okay.
Embrace it.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Because as we spoke along this whole conversation, embracing every experience is an opportunity to learn. And yes, embracing journey is embracing the unknown, it's embracing challenges, it's embracing the present moment. It's being present.
Yeah. Yeah, being present is very important. I think sometimes I have to remind myself that I live in the present and not in the past or the future. And I think that's really a good way to, think about it. Also, another way is looking around and actually naming the things that are around you. So, for example, a chair, a table, it brings you back to, ground level where you are, and understand what your surroundings are, while not being in a meditation state, but being actually awake.
Yeah.
I think is really important. It just makes you aware that you live here and now, and not in the past or in the future.
And there's one something that I would like to share that I learned recently is that every time you catch yourself in your thoughts and time traveling to the past or to the
Time
future,
travel. Hmm.
catch yourself, remove those thoughts, and ask yourself, who are you without those thoughts? And that brings you to the present moment. Those thoughts are just your thoughts from the past, from the future, but it brings you back to the present.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful way to end the interview. Thank you for being a part of this. It was very insightful. I'm sure you have a lot more to say, and a lot more to teach, especially now that you are, well, you've been a certified coach, but now you have so many more insights. So, but thank you for your time, and hopefully in the future we will speak more.
Thank you so much. It was an honor. Thank you.